Theo, what can you tell about the map?
The clouds. Cloud cover is very interesting on this map. If you go right to the top of the map, there's a wall of clouds halfway up, which stops you being able to see what's below you. It's quite interesting to play around with. A lot of teams sometimes at the beginning of the match. I remember the Thralls used to do this very aggressively. They would hide if they were in the red spawn in the south, in the east. They would burn hydrogen very quickly and get to the top of the map in the clouds and hide up there. So use of soft cover in this map is something you have more potential to play with than others. Quite often, though, teams tend to stand around this central arch. It's a pivotal point, and duke it off, trying to just push back and forward around the central feature.
Alright, looks like we have a pause. Let's look at the loadouts.
Okay, so for red team, Team Predators, we have a Mobula piloted by a new skeleton called Skell. It's a top deck Hades. It has on the wings a starboard side flamethrower, port side Artemis. On the lower deck, starboard side Artemis and port side Carronade. So typical Meta Mobula. The second ship is a squid piloted by Mighty Keb. Once again, Gatling Banshee on the front with an aft Carronade.
On the sides of the Bards, we have the Duck Goose piloted by Nano Duckling, and looks like we unpause now. We have Irasu, Logicalia, and Rari. We have 3 engineers on that ship, that's quite interesting, with the buff engineer with Burst on the Havacha. His ally is another Havacha fish piloted by Slice and Dice. Another ship with 3 engineers on it, buffed Burst on the front gun. The crew members are Faltis, Olorn, and Coiler.
Douglas Luce is going for a very wide flank here, moving down to the south of the map. Red team
Squid already spotted.
Pushed one ship forward, but the Scaler stayed more or less in the spawn. To the long range spots, the squid is just scouting to see what the blue team's trying to do. And the blue team seems to be doing a similar thing, but with a wider flank.
Oh, there's a random Gatling shot by the Dr. Goose, if I'm not mistaken. And there comes the spot down.
Yep.
This is a competitive match, but we shoot Gatlings into clouds. And
oh dear, here comes the Mobula.
Ignoring the squid, letting him coming behind.
Just
I don't think that's a good idea.
Spawn. Very risky.
Gatling not quite connecting though.
Hades just falling short. It's very difficult to get a goldfish moving like that. Especially as the Mobula's turning to keep up. Manages to get away.
Without taking any permanent damage. But the goldfishes are now in the same spot, which makes it difficult to charge over long distances against the Mobula. Looks like we have another standoff here. Both teams not yet want to commit to that fight.
Spot going back on the Mobula and the Duck Goose.
Squid going low, trying to get some spots below the arch, I think.
I think in this situation, the red team does have an advantage.
They have an advantage with the Mobula just with the 2 supported range on it, so they can start shooting at long range, while both goldfish need to get close.
Duck is moving in low. He's going to go underneath the Aspire, the ice fight that is. He is thinking about it. There's a small passageway under there, quite popular.
Very close to the greasy dream, the squid.
The spot from the Mobula is giving a. They don't know where the squid is. One more time, I guess, can see it. Yes, yeah, squid. The Skell is very far back here. I'm surprised he's so far back.
They're scared of the Mobulas, of the goldfish just charging in on this Mobula. But on the other hand, the goldfish seems to be very respectful to the squid. for the ram. How much I misses? Bit.
Very hectic.
The squid really
opting to sit back and not push forward.
and the squid outpulting 2 ships at the same time here. Nice, nice play yet again.
Incredible positioning once again from Keb.
Taking a third of thermal damage.
To move forward and put some more pressure on. It's very reluctant to give him a wide berth.
Finally some engine disables on the squid.
But playing with altitude just enough to avoid any serious damage.
I think the squid is ready to hydro up, but he rammed the balloon,
Didn't quite manage to get the disable on the Archer. Did.
But I think the squid stayed too long in that position. Wanted to hydro up, but it rammed the goldfish. Now it's a really bad position.
Ductory's coming from armor down squid. Oh, it rammed into the balloon though. Didn't take any permahull from it. That's very lucky for the squid there.
The Mobler very far away. I think it should come a little bit closer to make some more shots connect.
It does seem quite passive.
That squid looks really dead.
He's going into the balloon one more time.
Here comes the ram.
To deter them from this ram.
Comes the ram.
Massive damage going into the glassy, and there he goes.
First kill for the
Bards. Switching targets to try and get something on this fish.
This time no, the balloon is not getting squid. Skell have
Skell is on fire.
Chem spray on the balloon side, but the balloon is not chem sprayed. Do you think the squid is fast enough to support the Mobula, or I should just leave him alone there?
I think it's fast enough. Especially as both of the blue ships have taken some thermal damage. I do think it is correct to move him here. As if the Skell can avoid balloon damage, he needs to start moving forward. He's waited too long. He needed to. Mobula needs to push forward and go above the goldfish more.
Build out a ram here.
But now they're stuck behind next to this mountain. The squid may be able to get in some permahull damage on the duck goose. Here comes the Banshee. Yeah.
Doesn't want to overcommit though. I think if it stayed a little bit longer, it would have done more damage. But the goldfish already looking. So the squid.
I think if the Mobula had tried to duck and dive a bit more instead of just plain reversing, it could have been a bit more successful. But he was pulling the goldfish away from the squid by going into that corner, when he could have gone below the goldfish by maybe deliberately popping his own balloon.
I think another issue was as well the balloon of the Mobula was really low because of the fire stacks on it.
Yeah.
And the Mobula only has a pipe wrench buff engineer on the balloon, so the balloon repair is much slower.
And what the pilot should do in that situation then is deliberately break their own balloon with hydrogen, and it lets the Mobula drop quite low, and he'd be able to dodge those goldfish by doing that. But instead they just tried to keep it on the edge, and unfortunately they reversed into a mountain.
Alright, looks there's some salt in the chat about the team ship picks, but we already figured out in the lobby before that it was a game issue. That Slice and Dice couldn't select his real ship in time. But it was the second pick anyway, so it doesn't change anything. Blue team going in one more time is pretty much alone here against both ships attacking.
Not much permahull damage though, even though the armor did drop.
Tar.
Nice defensive tar there.
I'm not a fan of that tar.
No? It's a bit of a strange choice for a goldfish, but I think it paid off in that situation.
Every time I get tarred as a pilot, I feel really bad that I couldn't avoid the tar. So I hate tar. Okay, this time red team again plays very defensively here, with the Mobula hanging back, waiting for the blue team's blue ships to engage. And I just said that and it's moving in. But the blue ships trying to zone the Mobula out here.
Trying to bait the fish forward. kept using hydrogen to dodge the Watcher.
One fish low, one fish
Ooh.
high.
Squid's in a tricky situation here. If the
Mopler-
Watcher goes on its engines, he's done for. Just bumping on the top there.
Mopler
Everything
desperately
disabled.
trying.
Armor
Mopler
down.
desperately trying to get Gunnax here.
Somehow managed to avoid Duck Goose dropping low. Did he lose balloon or something?
He
Why did
lost balloon, yeah. He lost balloon.
Oh.
I think the one more time is a really bad position here, but the duck was so far away.
The tar cloud.
He keeps tarring. And dropping. I think he's dropping below Banshee out, that's quite good. Duck finally gets back to combat. They're shooting Havachi into both ships, nice ram here.
Ooh. Some damage from the Watcher coming into the Lucy.
But I have some lag issues here if you...
Armored out on the Duck Goose from the fire. Just the continuous fire from the Hades. But not much managing to avoid the Artemis by going above the Mobula.
Aft carronade.
All
Not
the engines
fighting.
lost to get on the greasy from the Watcher. Scale managing to keep. Oh no, they just rebuilt the front gun off that other goldfish. Armor down on the Scale from the Gatling, the side Gatling of the Goose. Very hectic fight today. It's flipping back and forward quite a lot.
But I think blue team has a really good control of this engagement. The Mopler seems to be very good disabled. The Squid is half balloon. Engines are very damaged.
Duck Goose turning its back to the Scale. It's a mistake, I think. Allowing the Hades to just hammer into the back of it. The Scale rises up now. He'll have the Artemis mark just in time for the hull break.
Why are you not going for the Scale here?
I don't know. The Duck Goose seemed to just change his mind at the last second. It's quite a big mistake.
Lying out of arming time of the Hades. And the Squid battling out.
Managing to keep its engines up despite the Artemis firing, so it only lost one engine so far.
It's losing. His hull is very low and it's most likely dying to fire. Also, the one more time, it's focused now by the Banshee and Artemis. And the
Kept
Bacillus
positioning
is
itself
so
very
far
nicely
away.
just below the Watcher so he can't get disabled.
I think the one more time goes down, yeah, and it goes down.
Yeah.
It
Oh, it
looked-
takes out the engines of the Greasy, but I think it's
Maybe
going to go
they're
down
able-
here just to the Hades and Artemis.
Maybe they're able to get a kill here with the side Banshee. Not shooting though.
He's only got his engines back up. Nice repairs
Just
there.
trying to run now. Trying to run. I think it should have tried to fight and get some permanent damage instead of running.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, he should just give himself up here because the longer he waits, it gives the red team the chance to then rush the spawn and attack his ally if he dies at the last second.
And he's leading him to the spawn as well now. So if
It also leaves him very vulnerable because his armor is so low that in the next engagement he would just die straight away.
they should
so I
really
think-
try to die now.
Yeah, they should stop repairing and allow
Red team
themselves to
should
die.
stop firing though. Adam is kill into the balloon. Adam is kill into
Yeah.
balloon. There we go. And it's tight now.
You see, with that situation, there's always the risk that the one more time would spawn in. The spawn thinking his allies got away. If there's any slight miscommunication, then the red team will be ready to pounce on the next ship in the meat grind. But one more time, Slice and Dice picking the correct spawn and keeping well away behind the cathedral here. This
Yep. Big mistake
down.
by leaving the Mopula on its own, flying even out of arming time with the Hades. And trying to focus down the Squid. The Mopula was disabled.
very wide, strange spawn. Duck the Deuce right in the corner there. Spot's gone straight away. One more time is behind the cathedral. This mountainous this cave in the corner here. So can't support the red team chase on the Duck the Goose. Now he's gone all alone in the north there.
Don't even have time to load burst, I guess, into Navata.
No. Is the gun even up still? No, it's still up, but
And
it's
it's
taking
still
some damage. Artemis there punching them slightly. Here comes
Trying to
the
dodge the-
armor down
that's
reading
not
Duck the
good.
Goose. One more time rushing in. Again, I think this is a mistake because his ally is going to be dead just as he gets there.
But Havacha is pretty good though on the
just
Mobler.
managed to turn the Mobula.
But I think the
Squid
Duck
still hounding the
will die. Nice Hydro off the scale, nice Hydro here. Zoning out one more time.
On the down that Goose, pick on the Banshees. Just in time, he's going to die. There we go. 3-2 to Team Predators.
Nice turnaround here by Team Predators. Turning around the engagement and then leading now with 3-2. We have, I think, about 7 minutes on the clock.
One more time backing up to the north, to the west, sorry.
I think that spawn decision was very questionable.
Yeah, it was.
I think what I tried.
There was a miscommunication. If you saw
that spawn here again.
Again, yeah. If you saw the other goldfish wasn't ready to engage when they spawned in the far side. He was right behind this big mountain in the south here. So the ally spawned in all alone without any chance of support. However, this spawn seems okay.
Vacha only taking out one engine, there was only stun armor and was not buffed.
Leaving the side to the Hades Artemis and the Mobula as well, very risky.
That one more time is
Mobula's having a fun time
now.
Disabling engines, front gun, everything. Banshee coming into it, huge damage.
Armor down on the squid though.
Ram one more time on the squid though. Does quite a bit. Can he take out the squid? If he take out the squid, he may be able to just save his ally in time, but the Mobula is having a right good time destroying the Duck Goose.
The goldfish dead, there we go.
Duck Goose goes down. One more time, all alone
needs to kill the
enemy spawn.
It's their spawn though.
Oh, it's their spawn. Oh, sorry, blue spawn, yeah, of course.
But it needs to kill the squid now. Squid has no engines, it has good balloon though.
No, he's choosing to run. Again,
that's a really bad decision, showing his engine column through the Mobula, double Artemis Hades. Making him very easy to hit. The other Mobula had a
hoping for a flank, yeah, he was hoping to draw them away so his ally could spawn in. Did pay off, he managed to get away, but it's very risky.
Yeah, but he's out of the fight, so the Team Predators can just turn around and focus the other goldfish down. I think it was a really bad decision here to run away. Because the one more time is completely out of combat, leaving his ally into a 1 versus 2. While nothing is buffed on that goldfish.
And Scales. Oh, they are choosing to focus down the Duck Goose. Now they're turning their back to the other goldfish. But he's coming in behind them, trying to get a ram on something. Not spotted.
Missing the ram, one more time trying to go for a ram.
Most of the watch misses.
Try to ram it away, but that's not a good idea in this high level play. Don't try to ram so often. Usually doesn't pay off. And
that's it.
Nice turnaround here by Team Predators. They played the spawns well as well.
Yeah.
Next map, Clash.
Blacklift.
Yeah, the new map.
Next map.
I haven't seen this 2v2 in competitive yet, so I'm excited to see people play on this map.
Tell me about the map here. Raid from Refinery or Clash at Blackcliff in the deathmatch mode.
Yeah, tell us about it.
I haven't seen much of this in deathmatch yet, so I'm excited to see what happens. I think it'll play very differently from the 3v3 map, because you're not thinking about rushing to each corner, so I think a lot of the combat will be based around the middle section, which would be the A point in the 3v3 map. But I'm not sure. So there's a lot of terrain to play around with. I had a go playing with Loisa yesterday. I remember one of our enemies hit it on a pipe really low in the north, a squid. Something I've never seen in the 3v3 map, and it worked really well for him. So I think we're going to have a bit of a treat here to see what happens. Could be anything.
Alright, let's go over the loadouts here. Do you want to do the Predators again?
Yeah, sure. So for Team Predators, we have only Skeleton flying Blenderfish with a starboard Banshee and portside flamethrower. We have a Metamidian ally flying by Mighty Cab, standard Get Mortar on the front, side Banshee and after Mine Launcher. Strange choice for Mine Launcher on the back of the Pyramidine. Usually you'd see a flare there.
On the Bards, we have the spotted ship Murder of Ducks, piloted by Nano Duckling Azul on the Gatling front side, we have logically on the side a Banshee, I think. Yeah, Banshee, and we have enough carronade, so that's the Mighty Cat brought the last match. The main engineer is in this case Ruari, Darth Ruari, and his ally, the carries piloted by Slice and Dice. We have a carronade Banshee. Okay, interesting, with enough Gatling. So that's quite that's inverse, front and Afghan. We have Olon and Coiler and Faltis on this ship.
If you look here, the squids have tried for a wide flank, but the Team Predator managed to take advantage and pressure one of the Murder of Ducks squid into a corner. His allies trying to catch up with him now, but it looked like the red team had an advantage there for a second.
Carrier's going in alone, oh my god.
Oh dear. Ram off the top of it. Oh my gosh, half the hull going away straight away. Just
not even to the mortar. Not even to the mortar.
Murder of Ducks behind the Pyramid, taking advantage of the
Gatling of the carrots. This is a very interesting ammo down.
Banshee comes out. One Banshee misses.
Banshee seems
nearly.
To be... Oh my god. Ammo are they using on the Banshee? I think it was not reloaded with squeezed.
No, it's used runs. Just see, it's interesting to see how much the Pyramid has been nerfed. That Banshee destroyed the hull. So much damage. I forget how weak Pyramidians are now.
Now the Keras has some issues fighting the Pyramidian with the carronade Banshee. It should turn the Gatling Banshee to it.
Nice vertical movement there by Slice and Dice, dodging below the front guns of the Glaswegian Kiss. And underneath the Pyramidian. Very nice flying from Slice and Dice there.
They use the Afghan now, the Gatling has arc. Right off
and Tar as well. Big Tar cloud. I think Glaswegian Kiss is going to go down here.
They're still using not crease on the Banshee. It looks it's not.
Oh, anything would hit them.
Jesus.
Fortunate reload timing there.
They're not using crease in the Banshee.
What?
Yeah, the big flamer.
The side flamer. Everything on fire on the Murder of Ducks. Not what we want to see in a squid. Nasty ram into the pipe.
Armor balloon down.
Down he goes.
What do you think about the carronade front on the carries?
I think it works. It's a standard build, carronade Banshee squid. I'm not sure I'd pair it with another Gatling squid.
I don't think it's working against the Pyramidian.
No. If he focused on the goldfish, it would be quite effective. Are they running heavy clip? Let me have a look.
Yeah, all greased on all ships.
All grease. Yeah, if he had heavy clip, maybe they'd be able to disable some of the light guns in the Pyramidian. It's very tricky to do though, but I have seen squids be able to disable the front guns of a Pyramidian just with a light carronade.
Right off Ducks. Not yet sure if he wants to go in. The carry is still alive for some reason.
I think Team Predator are toying with him, to be honest. See, the Pyramidian's completely ignoring him now, just keeping the Murder of Ducks away while his ally kills him.
Near Saram kill, maybe.
Keras nice. Just on the armor goes on, getting sat on by the goldfish.
And there's the kill finally. But for the next engagement, why is Murder of Ducks moving in now?
I have no idea. He should be running away as fast as possible. He's being very ballsy trying to get a kill. Would you 2v1 2 ships? Do you think, Rosie?
Well, I think the Pyramidian wins. Pyramidian OP. Using the side Banshees as well. Well, we have now a squid race. Squid versus goldfish. Who's faster? I think the squid wins this.
Yeah, they're just gonna regroup with their ally and coordinating with their attack. If they do rush the Pyramidian, it's gonna go down straight away, I think, and they'll be able to 2 on the goldfish. So I think for the next engagement, it is favoured quite strongly for the Bards.
So I'm quite curious what happened there on the squids, because both Banshees that hit the armor against the Pyramidian were with default armor, not with greased. Or my sound is broken because it didn't
Let's see.
Didn't sound like grease rounds. And grease gives faster rate of fire and also more clip.
It does depend on what they're going for, though. I mean, grease is obviously better for harassing ships by putting on more fire stats, but if you want to kill them, there is more damage per full clip of normal rounds.
Yeah, but it takes longer to empty the normal clip, I guess.
You got to gamble with whether the engineers will be, the main engineer be too slow to get the hull up in time.
And the cannon front.
Terry's moving in, trying to get something done on the pier. Very risky.
Cannon front squid should, in my opinion, go for the goldfish.
Yeah.
First. But they're dodging the goldfish here. They're leaving the goldfish alone, going both for the purine now.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I don't see Cloud's Vision Kiss surviving this, but he's doing a lot of perma damage on the Keris though.
Wow.
Nice hydrogen, just dodging the Gatling off mode of ducks.
The armor only down to half.
Taking the armor down as well. This Pyramidian is tanking and doing a hell of a lot just by himself.
Where's the Banshee? Where's the Banshee?
Wow. Well, he does go down, but look at the amount of perma he did. He's taken nearly 2 whole ships down just by himself.
Well played. Median overpowered, clearly.
Yeah, nerf it again. Nerf the turn speed, nerf everything, nerf the hull.
Eric, if you're watching this, please nerf the Pyramidian. It has too much health.
Yeah, and it moves too much.
It moves. It's a problem.
So let's see if those squids can take out the goldfish, but I think that shouldn't be a problem.
Look at that double Banshee.
This time the cannon actually destroys the balloon. But for the next engagement, both squids are so low on health, even destroying the armor. Nice terrain play. Getting cover.
Do you think it was by choice or accidental? They managed to dodge the squids with that wall there.
That was planned, pretty sure. Wow, the squid is killing himself here.
Glaswegian Kiss coming in from the side.
I think the
not spotted, still not spotted. Here comes the Gatling. Support from the Flamer. He's going to get a ram on the Keris, I think. Oh no, he's changing to the Murder of Ducks.
It's not grease.
Still too slow though.
Why they're not shooting
Here
grease?
we go. That squid is on the edge. And the Pyramidian is now alone, but that Murder of Ducks is very low on health. And so is Keris. Ducks goes down.
Nice, at least they took out the goldfish here.
Can he get the Keris too? Burning Hydrogen's trying to keep up. Keris wants to escape above, but he's been denied, so he's reversing now.
To be fair, I think it was better that the squid died, so it has no full health.
Yeah.
Fighting with 2 squids that have no health.
If Glaswegian Kiss decides to chase the Keris here, I think it may be a mistake.
The Keris doesn't seem to run at full speed. Now it is.
Murder of Ducks spawns into the side.
Oh, it's going high, that's not good, that's not good.
The Murder Ducks coming in behind the Glaswegian Kiss. Keris turning around as well. They may be able to 2v1 him down. And the blind side of the Pyramidian too, making for Gatling and Banshees. Oh, but he turns quick enough. Oh! Not enough to get any perma though. Now Keris unfortunately has zoned himself out with his own tar here, unable to help his ally by coming back in. But they're both switching target now to the goldfish. Nice use of positioning here from the Bards. But not enough. There goes the Glaswegian Kiss killing him. Are you still here, Lizzie? Or have I lost you?
Hello?
Okay, look. Are you still here? Okay.
Is he here?
I think he may have disconnected or he's having some problems.
Do you think his PC overheated again? Because it last time it was getting too hot and he crashed.
It's possible.
By the way, I watched the squids in the last engagement. They always use grease when I was watching them. So maybe Lewis thinking squeezed us more.
He was talking about.
Okay, sorry, I had some freezes here.
Welcome back, look. The engagement just started, you can start talking about it.
Looks like the carries. No, someone died.
Yeah, the mode of ducks who killed was a balloon that hit the mountain and then got mortared. It was very, very...
Harris coming in behind again from the flank. Will he be able to catch up in time? Mode ducks ramming straight into the front of the Pyramidion, taking those mortars. I think this is going to be it. Oh, just getting his arm up in time. Red team focusing fire.
Oh my god.
Carries killing
Currently
him.
blending him down into the ground. This is it, I think.
Who's going to die first?
And that's it. Game goes to Team Versus.
Well played.
I was impressed with the squids flying, but it wasn't enough. The ships are too easily taken out by the rams and disables of the red team.
So in my opinion, still the Caronate front was a really poor decision, especially when flying against the Pyramid.